That would be too, nobody would forgive me for that one. Is this all right, this black and blue?
Tuck it back out a little on the bottom.
Like that?
Yeah, that's good. That's
cool.
Great.
This thing's hanging down.
Huh? Oh, you got it on here. Put it on your jacket.
That's what I thought. James had me do it.
I don't think we can look at the camera at all. That's just not, I don't see how that can work at all.
You know, like doing some hippie dance move or something like that. So.
But I mean, if I'm looking in the camera, I'm talking to the listener though. I don't have any intent to talk to them.
Maybe on my pocket? It's pulling my shirt down.
Check the pocket, see if the pocket will work.
Yeah, I'm the only reason anybody's here. But I didn't realize, I thought it was because I was so good. It's more like an intervention. Everybody stays in Emery, so I stay alive because I'm getting old and not doing too good. So
Feels good, man. Feels good to be back. Tell you what, feels good.
We'll use that for sure.
Okay, so I can look at the camera or them. Okay. For instance, Dave's not going to be able to look at the camera at all. I'm sure I can look at it some.
My wife was nervous. She's supportive. She always has been of my music, but you know, I mean, it's not like you get a steady paycheck playing in a band.
First flight ever was to join Emery for a tour. So I grabbed my journal. I was 19, I've never flown before, so I started writing Bible verses. I was reading what I wrote actually. I literally read this I read this recently, and there was a misspelling in it, and it was a generic God is in control, and I even spelled it wrong. It was really weird. I was really tense.
How old was I when I joined the band? 23. Started recording of the first EP when we were in the basement, and then eventually my parents rented us a property next door that we lived in this tiny house.
when we started the band, I was 37 years old. The other guys were a little younger. But it's like that thing, they looked up to me. I was like, okay, you can come in our band, dude. So things are, I was on a second divorce.
Oh yeah, I definitely thought the band wasn't going to last at some points. I just thought there's no statistical reason why we should wind up having 7 LPs.
I quit my church job for multiple reasons. I did miss being back. I miss being in the middle of it all. I kind of saw what you guys were doing, and you know,
You were jealous?
Oh yeah, I was a little jealous, I guess.
My 40 doesn't look much like my dad now that you mention it. My dad's driving to work and making sure things get shipped here and there, and I'm riding down the road going, remember this, Toby. Casco, taco, chicky-licky, maco, faco, waco. That's going to be very funny for your podcast.
I'll be 32 in a few months, and I'm still just as nervous, but not for playing with Emery. So.
What are you nervous about now?
You name it, man.
You can look at me, you can look at the camera. You're doing a great job.
You said I wouldn't look at the camera at all.
No.
So I've only looked at the camera.
Yeah, you're proving your point.
Okay.
I mean, we went to Seattle. I was 21 and didn't know anything. I didn't know anything at all, and I had nothing, absolutely nothing to lose. So it was adventure. Okay, start a band. Fine, try anything. And now I'm 37, and it's still kind of the same in a way. I know it sounds crazier. I have 2 kids now and a mortgage and all that stuff.
Now I'm 37 years old. Still never really played keyboard. Or at least not got much better at it. I guess it does feel it's different, but the whole band, it feels like we are doing stuff again. It feels like it did 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah, so I'll put the kids to bed. Laura's asleep on the couch when I'm thinking I want to have sex or something, but she's asleep. So it's I'll go have some drinks, and I just sit behind the piano, and I'm not very good, but it feels so good to actually make music. I'm trying to be real. That's true.
Oh man, that's so cool.
That was good. Yeah, I mean, when we moved to Seattle, I was 23. It was 100% excitement, I guess. It was almost like there was no nervousness. It was more just like, it doesn't matter. Like, we're gonna try and do it as best we can, and if it works out, great. If not, well, we tried, I guess. Well, I'm 38 now, and this is, once again, I'm not even sure this is gonna work, and it's a gamble. It's like, it's a risk because I have kids, and I have a family, and I have responsibility, so it's a risk. It's just a different type of risk, different type of gamble.
Well, I mean, it feels to me the same as it did when we were starting the band the first time, because everybody's like doubling down or new sacrifice or new energy coming to what we're doing. So it's like at some point you got to figure, there's no plan B crossing into 40s. It's not like eventually I'm going to get into real estate or something like that. So,
but I feel like now, I don't think it's like anything goes, but I feel like we pretty much have no limitations to what we are willing to work with. I'll come up with a part, or Toby has a part that sounds like a blues song, or it sounds like a 70s rock or something like that. And it's like, oh yeah, let's work with this. Let's see what it turns into. And I don't think we would have ever done that.
I mean, my favorite moments for sure in my whole life have been with Emery, not necessarily on stage, even though that's really awesome, but it's been just hanging out, being on tour, one of my favorite things. I mean, it's true.
I'm excited to do the album because I don't ever hardly do music in my 9 to 5 throughout the year. Monday through Friday, I'm doing like phone calls and emails, and we're doing podcasting and stuff like that. But just to get in the room and play music and focus on it is the thing that's how I got into art and entertainment in the first place.
I've always said this, I'm the biggest fan of Emery. I like every single record we have ever done. Your album is who you are at the time, so each record that we've done is who we were at that time, so that's why I'm excited. This is where we are now. It's going to be more mature, it's going to be more intimate, it's going to be more confident, it's going to be more bold and brazen. And so I just think it's great that we get to write an album where we're at now. That's just the best. I mean, I can't imagine not doing music right now, and to get to do it with these guys who I'm a fan of their band. I'm in it, but I'm a fan of their band too. It's just the best thing you could hope to do.